For the last 14 days, I've been meditating with Joe Dispenza, and on this video, I want to share with you why that is, what are the benefits that have come from it, what have I gotten out of it, and what am I doing moving forward. What's up, guys? My name is Nico Arapkalis. So pumped to have you here on the YouTube channel. We're on a big mission to help over 20,000 people become magnetic manifestors. So if you'd like to be a part of that mission, go and subscribe to this channel so that you can really start creating the life that you truly desire. And if you are an entrepreneur, we got some really cool things moving forward for you. We've got a Skool Community, and we've also got a process called the Woo and Do framework that really helps you amplify your revenue and really create that life that you truly desire, where you feel tapped in, but also experiencing the results that you want. So we'll talk more about that here in a second, but on this video, want to go over why am I doing this 30-day challenge, this Joe Dispenza meditation challenge, and what it's really all about. So I want to give a quick little rundown and give you kind of like my story on how Joe Dispenza viscerally changed my life. So as I've shared about quite a bit on this video, and if you haven't watched the playlist of all my other Joe Dispenza videos, I would strongly recommend that you go check those out. There'll be a little button in the top right corner. You can go check that out after this video. But one of the biggest things that happened is I actually tore my pectoral tendon, and it was a really challenging period of my life. Like, nothing was going right, challenging relationships, my health was the only thing that was going well, and then that was quickly erased. And I was bench pressing one day, and all of a sudden I put a little bit too much weight on, and I pushed it a little bit too hard, and literally my last set, trying to rack it, and it just falls right back on me and my shoulders, and it's excruciating pain. And I don't know what to do, and no one's spotting me. And then I finally, someone helped me get it up, and it was just like I knew something was inherently wrong, but I didn't know what it was. We rushed to the ER, figured out the situation. I tore it and had to have surgery with no insurance, so paid all out of pocket, and it was a challenging period of my life. But I'm really, really grateful for it, because it's actually what really pushed me into meditation. It pushed me into the work of Joe Dispenza. I read his book a few times, Becoming Supernatural, which strongly recommend anybody listen, or I listen to it with an audiobook, and then I also read the physical copy. I strongly recommend that you go with that approach because of the fact of how powerful it's been for me, because it really retained it. But it wasn't until about the third time that I read it till it really started sinking in. And more importantly, I actually started applying it. And that's why we always mention on these YouTube videos is that I trust that you are taking notes on these, and you're leaving your notes down in the comments so we can understand what you got most out of this. And the reason that's so powerful for you is because when you start taking notes on everything that I'm sharing on this YouTube channel and on these videos, and then you actually write them down in the comments, not only does it help other people, but most importantly, it helps you, because to know and not to do is to not know. And simply just to write and take some notes and put them down, it forces you to actually communicate to yourself what you're learning from this, which seeps deeper and deeper, which is known as a process called spaced repetition. The more you practice spaced repetition, the more it becomes ingrained in you, and literally within your DNA, it's part of you now. And that's what happened with me with Joe Dispenza, is I actually started learning the information of his book, Becoming Supernatural, but more importantly, I started implementing the meditations. The blessing of the energy centers has been one of the most profound ones, and that's the one that my Skool Community and I have been listening to for the last 14 days as I've been documenting across this entire journey. Oftentimes I'll get up and I'll go up to the rooftop, and I'll do my prayer, my meditation, and I'll sit there and get to see a beautiful sunrise. But that is the one that we've been utilizing, and that's the one that I really love inside of his book. And I'll show you the link, and the links we'll have them in our Skool Community. So strongly recommend that you go get into the challenge. We're now on the second half of the challenge, but we welcome anybody that wants to come in. So that was really my story with learning about Joe Dispenza, and more so taking the information I learned from the book and actually applying it. Simply just reading a book really does absolutely nothing for you. It's great to retain some information, but until you're directly applying it in some fashion, or at least just taking one step, that's the only way it's going to benefit you. Because I read the book several times, but I didn't take action on the meditations. But once I started taking action on the meditations, that's when everything changed. I mean everything. And the interesting thing about meditation is that you can't tell a difference usually day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, even like the first week. But what you'll notice is you start feeling like, I always like to reference this as kind of like a wave, right? And all of a sudden you kind of feel this like slow moving wave that's just like taking over you, and you're starting to realize that you're a little bit more calm, you're a little bit more meditated, you're a little bit more grounded. And then you start, getting a little, I won't say addicted, but you just start like really enjoying that so much more. And you're like, wow, like 10 days in, 20 days in, I didn't even realize how powerful this was until all of a sudden it just kind of caught up with you, right? And that's really the approach that I always take with meditation. I was even having a conversation with a good friend, and I was asking him like how often he meditates, and he was saying something to the tune of like, probably not as much as I would like to, right? And I so many times I hear people say that I don't meditate as much as I would like to, or how much I need to. And that right there tells you that the practice isn't as strong. And the more strong that you get with your practice, the more grounded, the more present, the more here you are. And I have so many people that have told me that from time to time, is that like, I can tell that you're like here, you're listening. And yes, that is very true. And it's because of the practice, right? I'm constantly coming back to myself and almost treating life as a constant meditation. But it's important to have a grounding practice earlier in the day, because it grounds yourself. It calms the nervous system. Okay, it calms the nervous system, and then you can move through the rest of your day with a calm nervous system. It always kind of concerns me at this point of people that just jump right into their phones. They jump right into any type of distraction practice, getting on their phones, computers, checking email, when they're just falling into everybody else's agenda for you, as opposed to getting into an agenda for you that's grounded for you, keeps you mindful, present, grounded, calms the nervous system, and then you can get into the rest of your day. And I strongly recommend that you do that in doing a meditative practice the first thing in the day, because that sets the pace for the rest of the day. Right. One of the other times when I really got into this stuff is it was part of my morning routine, and at those times it was a really long morning routine. Right. It was sometimes an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes. Now my morning routine is more so probably right at about an hour. I usually listen to first of all I read the Bible, and then I pray. And then I do my meditation, and then I usually listen to my Vision Espresso, which is my vision for what I'm creating within my life. And it's something that we help our clients with, and really helping them build that out. And it's such a cool process. We built AI into it, and it's just really cool. And it's your future self coming back, talking to you, telling you how everything already happened, as if it already happened, because it has already happened. And then you have this audio that you can listen to every day. And then, like I think I mentioned earlier, but like I re-update my Vision Espresso every single quarter, so that I can re-update that vision. And that's part of the Woo and Do framework that we teach inside of our Skool Community. So again, strongly recommend that you get in there. In addition to the challenge that we're doing, this meditation challenge, this Joe Dispenza meditation challenge, where we have the actual link to the audio that we've been utilizing. There's actually 2 different ones that people have been utilizing, and it's creating profound effects. And it's really cool to see some of our Skool Community members that are practicing this meditation challenge and just starting to literally accumulate more money, just finding money here and there. People are more present, people are more grounded. We even had one of our Skool members that closed a $3,000 deal amidst this challenge. We got other people that are just really excited about it. We got a lot of entrepreneurs in there, people that are crushing it. And one other thing that we did this past weekend is we actually did another one of our live podcast events with a little bit different of a version. We did an EDM yoga with a good friend of mine. Her name is Christina Joy, and it was like a version of the Joe Dispenza meditation, because of the fact that it got me so present, and I could literally feel it in my fingers about the mindfulness and the presence. And when you get around the right types of people, that's when you can really start feeling that groundedness, because you start kind of molding to the base level frequency. So the more that you get around people that are on a higher frequency, that's when you can really get grounded. And it's been such a beautiful journey for me, because not only are we doing this Joe Dispenza meditation challenge, But then it's just like I'm starting to attract all these other amazing people into my life. And the more that I attract people into my life that are on that higher frequency, the more I am actually attracting more people. And that's why like our men's circle, our men's community has grown up to like about 150 members when we just started it a couple months ago. And that's the power. Like, so I know a lot of people are always looking for the results, like what actually happened in your business. Like, there's been infinitely more amount of book calls that are coming into our company to talk about helping them with the woo and do process, and potentially getting them inside the accelerator program, which really helps them just master the woo and do process, which the woo and do process is basically 5 steps. It's removing subconscious blocks. Okay, it's getting emotionally connected to that vision. Then it's the process of letting go, trusting, and having faith. From there, it's about building out a system that keeps you consistent with that entire practice. And then it's also helping you build your brand in an authentic way that helps you build relationships, generate more leads, and just continue to raise your frequency and just strategically build relationships that's going to help your business. Because amidst the woo and do process, we've helped clients 2 to 5x their revenue in a matter of less than 90 days. Sometimes it's far less. We had one of our clients that increased his business 5x in a matter of 30 days. Really, really powerful stuff. So if you are interested in learning more about the woo and do process, we'll have some links down below. I have a video that walks you through exactly, and we're offering some woo and do accountability calls. We won't always do this, but if you do want to jump on, and it's really, really powerful. A lot of people start making a lot more money just after the call, even if they don't get started in our accelerator program, which the accelerator program is just the thing that takes you up to the next level. But let's continue to talk a little bit more about this Joe Dispenza meditation challenge and what I've really benefited from it. Yes, of course, we've gotten more people coming into my life and just on that type of frequency. And I've gotten more calm, I've gotten more meditative, and I literally feel it in my, I don't know what it is, but I feel it in my hands where I'm just more present, I'm more grounded all throughout the day. It's not like just a one-time thing. And the more that I do it more consistently, the more it just seeps into my entire day, rather than thinking that it's just a part of my morning routine and it's separate from the rest of my day. I'm literally feel like I'm meditating all day long, and that's what I want to impress upon you, is that that's what this really does for you. It turns your life into a meditation rather than just having a quick meditation first thing in the morning. All right, that's the really powerful thing. And the other day I actually even did it differently, where I was actually driving and I did the meditation as well. So there's all sorts of different ways that you can do it, but there's so much power in staying consistent. And I'm just realizing that 14 days after meditating with Joe Dispenza, it's really got me present. It's really got me grounded. And when I go to business and networking events, like I was hanging out with these people, I was sitting next to this gal, she's making $300,000 a month. And like you could see the shift in her, like when we were having this conversation, I could see her getting more present as a result of me being more grounded and present. And then we threw our event, and then I threw our men's circle event, and everybody's just getting a little bit more grounded being around me, because I'm the inflection point now. And that's what's really, really powerful, and because that's really one of my biggest missions, is to help really bring everyone to the best version of themselves. And when you're very present and grounded, that's when you have the best capabilities to actually become one of the best versions of yourself. So I strongly recommend that you dive into this meditation challenge. If you're seeing this right now, doing it for 7 days, 14 days, no matter when you're seeing this, we're halfway through this within our Skool community, and I strongly recommend that you jump in. But no matter what, you can jump in at any point, right? It doesn't have to be this Skool challenge. Doing it for 30 days, doing it for 14 days, doing it for 7 days, doing it for a day. Just start doing it. It's gonna pay dividends for you. Okay, so that's what I got. And the other last thing I'd love to share as well is I started actually reading this book. I just got a little bit out of it. I didn't read the full thing by any means. I kind of got the gist. But one of the other things that's been really beneficial for me, and this is actually what has helped me take this practice of the Joe Dispenza meditation and apply it to the rest of my day so that I could have more of this presence, and that is breathing slowly, okay, and specifically through my nose. So it sounds and looks something like this, where it's like, And I know obviously that it's pretty simple, right? It's just breathing. But there's so much data and studies that have shown that mouth breathing is literally terrible for us. And it's like basically shrinking your lifespan, amongst other things. But what I've noticed is the more that I step into that practice, the more that it just continues to elevate my day, and again, turning my whole day into a meditation rather than just one time in the morning. But I wouldn't have got there if I didn't start the Joe Dispenza meditation and just start making that in the forefront of my mind, right? First thing in the morning gets me going. And then even as I'm making this video, like I'm very present. I'm talking to the camera. I'm looking in the lens, and I'm just so much more present. And as I'm talking like this, you're probably noticing yourself becoming more present. You're probably noticing that your calm nervous system is regulating right now as I'm talking. And there's no accident that you found this video. And especially if you've gotten to this point of the video, I'm proud of you. And again, I want you to leave your notes down in the comments, because that's going to help you really solidify everything that you're learning, and more so embodying, right? When you embody, it becomes a part of you, and then your frequency is literally shifting in real time, right? So again, there's no accident that you found this video. There's no accident that you're feeling this draw to continue to connect with us. So again, we recommend that you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can be updated when we have new videos. This week, we're going to be putting out some really cool stuff on the Woo and Do framework. We're going to break down the 5 steps on exactly what it's all about and how you can actually start implementing this into your life so that you can start increasing your revenue, your impact. You can be growing your brand and just really become the best version of yourself, and basically helping a lot of people around you. Okay, I have a lot of people that's one of their biggest things. They want to be the best version of themselves, and then they want to help other people around them. I hear that all the time. And so that's what we're really dedicated to helping people with through this YouTube channel, through the Skool Community. That's where you can come in, ask questions every week. We have a bunch of courses and audios in there. We have a lot of amazing people in there, and we go live every single week. And then if you want to take things to the next level, book a Woo and Do accountability call, and we'll have an opportunity for a couple people this week to join the accelerator program. We don't open up to everybody, but for the right people, we will offer that to them. So that's the gist, guys. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for watching this video. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Join the Skool Community, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll see you on the next video. Talk soon.